Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say. I got them picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand. Ay, we on overtime, you don't need to understand. Ay, you just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play the same. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Ay, please don't play no games with me, I promise I'm too much. Ay, I can never let up even if you had enough. Ay, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
And we're back. Welcome to the 2023 season, and this is our first game of the week for the Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs. I'm Liam Hickey, and right beside me is Liam Cohen doing the play-by-play. In the football team's home opener, they take on the Morton West Mustangs, a familiar foe for the Bulldogs. Last year, in a back-and-forth wild contest in their season opener away, the Bulldogs came out on top 35-28, and tonight, they're looking to find a similar result. Now, let's take a look at the stats of the last game they played before we start here with the national anthem, which I think will be starting very shortly.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems that the Bulldogs did way better on the ground than in the air last year. Looking at their rushing yards, they had 247 rushing yards compared to their 108 passing yards, whereas Morton liked to throw the ball. They had 241 passing yards and 209 rushing. So if Bulldogs want to improve from that, senior Diego Gutierrez can hopefully throw the ball some more to some of their targets.
Yeah, that comes off of a huge senior that's now graduated, Ryan Novak. He was a big part of this Bulldogs offense. Actually, in their meeting last year, 42-yard rushing touchdown. Played a giant role in sparking the Bulldogs. That's definitely a big missing piece with the new backfield.
Yeah, it seems that Novak had a 42-yard touchdown last year, and it'll be a big piece missing. What were some of the wide receivers this year that Gutierrez can throw to?
So Gutierrez has seniors Anthony Petrucci, James Espino, and Toma Tucker. Those are the starting three that I have so far. They're looking pretty good. Routes are looking good. They have some good connections on the outside. His backfield, the new backfield, is senior Muhammad Salem, sophomore Jacob Bertana, senior David Valencia, and junior Sean Rao.
And those are three guys, and they got some size as well as experience, especially Anthony Petrucci. That's a big guy right there. I'd also like to mention Manny Ramirez, who's a 4-year varsity starter. And here come the Bulldogs running out of the infamous inflatable Bulldog. You know, I think it'd be funny if other teams got a spin at using that.
Yeah.
Just imagine the cross-country team running out onto the track.
Yeah, I think that'd be sick.
Or if the golf team went mobile with it and just took it out onto the golf course in their next invitational.
Hole one.
So stay tuned for the national anthem, which should be coming up shortly here. This is RBTV. And so, yeah, getting back to Manny Ramirez, he's a 4-year varsity starter, so look out for him. He'll be pretty dangerous today. He plays on the offensive line. And here comes the national anthem. We'll pause.
Lead the marching band in the playing of our national anthem.
Focus just right now. Yeah. Yeah, they're fixing us right now, I think. Oh. Here we go. Game should be starting shortly.
And here we go. Game should be starting shortly here. Bulldogs, a big matchup on the season, looking to spark a good record to start us off here.
O-line will be something to watch for this game, as like I mentioned, Manny Ramirez, but also a name missing will be Jackson Ramos this year, as he transferred to powerhouse ICCP. So good luck to him, as that is a very good team that has a chance at going state this year. But big loss for the Bulldogs. Huge impact player.
And as I left off, I was announcing the Bulldogs lineup. I'll get going with some Morton Mustangs players. We got quarterback Devin Hall. Funny story on Devin. He actually came as a transfer student to RB for a couple weeks for the football program and left after a couple weeks. He has our playbook, but will it be enough? We'll see today. We got running backs Christian Belmer, Cameron Jones, and Julian Richard. They look pretty strong in their running abilities in the warm-ups. On the receiving end, we got Daniel Torres, Twan Jones, Richard Medina, Anwar Simon, and Mike Barnes. On the tight ends, you got Nicholas Tyler, Eric Harrell, and Jamil West. Morton, you could say, has some good size. They definitely I saw some speed in the warm-ups as we're getting ready for the first kickoff of the 2023 football season.
Morton may have speed and strength, but RB certainly does have drip in their new black uniforms. It'll be great to see those in action for tonight.
Jeremiah Jones is back for the Morton Mustangs to receive this kick. That will be kicked by senior James Espino. As he walks up, and off we go. 2023 season starts. And he's going to take it from about the 25, and he's going to hurdle a big play as the pack gets carried. And he's going to take that all the way up to what looks about the Morton's 38-yard line. A big return.
Big return indeed, and that was James Espino with the kick. But watch out for Neve Larson on field goals and extra points. She might be the first female kicker to ever be a part of this program, but I cannot confirm that.
And here comes the Bulldog defense. A strong defensive core we have. Lots of size, you could say, as you see Garrett Angshed standing very tall on the outside for our defensive backs here. Morton definitely taking their time for their first play here, which is per usual. Our strong D-line consists of Caleb Sleezo, sometimes I call him.
Yeah, that's a junior right here in our grade. Made varsity last year, was one of the only sophomores to make it. So watch out for him. Got a lot of experience compared to these other juniors.
Devin Hall back in the backfield alone, and he's going to give it off.
Already.
And a false start we have on the offense. Really getting to them is the noise at this stadium.
Needs to be more disciplined for Morton. Great for RB, though. And speaking of discipline, RB's athletic director is gone. Brendan Curtin has gone away, as there's kind of been some politics in it, as his son plays for ICCP, so I guess it's no longer right for him to be the athletic director. So there's
alone again in the backfield is Devin Hall, looking to run the same play, but he's going to take it up himself. A strong runner, as seen in last year's affair, where it was a big running game. 241 or 209 and 247 were the rushing yards for both teams last year.
Morton had 450 total yards that game, whereas RB only had 355. However, RB had 7 extra points.
A notable fact was our defense last year. Actually, our kicker went in, had a big pick. That kind of sealed the game. Devin Hall in the backfield with running back Jaleel Winfield, no. As he's going to hand it off to the outside, and he's stopped after about a 2-yard gain.
Maybe the mysterious number 4 will make a name for himself this game, but so far he is not. I'd like to mention that Devin Hall is a first-year starter. Last year, they had someone else making the throws, and this year it is junior Devin Hall, so
a big third down here to start us off First drive, Devin Hall's in the backfield, or Devin Hall with number 4, Jeremiah Jones in the backfield. 2 receivers to his right and 1 on his left, and he's going to hand it off. A big 3rd-yard gain and a big truck, too, as he's going to power through for a Morton first down.
My, oh my, number 4, excuse me for ever talking down on you. He'll be pretty proud of that in the film room when they go and look at that this weekend. That's for sure. Sauntering off the field, proudly.
As seen at the start of this game, a big running team. I don't think they've thrown the ball once yet.
But as you mentioned earlier, their speed and power, they may not have to. And this is where they excel.
As you can see, they run a 2 running back offense. Tyler Nichols lined up as the fullback. And another handoff to number 22. He's going to take it on the outside, slips, and a flag on the field. We'll see what we have here. 6-yard gain for the Mustangs.
RB coaches are motioning backwards. Looks to be on Morton.
Holding on the Mustangs. A holdback from what could have been a nice big gain for the Mustangs. Cameron Jones had the run there. Took a little tumble.
Flags seem to be a big issue already for the Mustangs. They need more discipline on this if they want to win tonight, which we're hoping they do not. The RB sophomore team having a shutout earlier today, winning 22-0 against Morton. Maybe that gave the varsity team some motivation.
Not in a solo backfield this time, as he has Cameron Jones with him, with 3 receivers to the right, 1 on the left. And he's going to step back to throw here, looking for number 13, and he has him on a big catch for a gain about 10, but that's going to leave him at a 2nd and around 8 due to the flag. Number 13, Twan Jones with a big catch.
Randy Moss-esque. He nabbed that out of the air.
Some lineup changes being made so far. They've had, I think, 3 different running backs step out of the backfield as number 4, Jeremiah Jones, steps back in for the Mustangs.
And they still may have another one yet to go. Number 27, Chris Belmer, watch out for him.
If they're going to give it to Jones, Jones is going to take it on the outside. Jones breaks a tackle, breaks another, and he's going to get a first down for the gain, about 10.
Clearly, Jones is a player to watch out for. He's been going crazy so far, averaging probably somewhere around 6 yards per carry. 2 first downs already for him.
And this comes down to the D-line. How could they put up with all the runs being thrown at them today, as they will see a heavy amount so far? I think they've seen around 7 or 8 and only 1 passing play as they take the snap from the 36 of the Bulldogs. And a false start going to be called on the Mustangs.
2 flags thrown, 3 flags thrown.
Oh, illegal shift. Sorry. And I believe number 9, Tyler Nichols, the fullback, as he has been playing so far, went in motion, took a step forward. You cannot do that.
Some great coaching. And me and Liam were lucky to see that when we went to go see a practice to film about a couple weeks ago. We just saw a great environment. Everything was competitive. There were leaders out there, such as Diego Gutierrez. Defense was leading. It was just everything you'd like to see at a football practice. It's just showing great signs so far. I mean, they're completely disciplined so far on the ball, on the defense.
Yeah, they got some real hard workers out there. As Devin Hall is going to step back, looking for someone deep, finds no one. He's going to take off from the backfield. And he's going to get a gain about 10, maybe 8, as he steps up in the pocket, finds a nice seam.
Devin Hall leaving a sour taste in many RB players' mouths. As Liam mentioned earlier, he joined the RB summer camp for less than a week to memorize their playbook, which he might have taken advantage of right just there. And he also enrolled in RB for about like a day or so. And now there seems to be a QB switch.
Is there now?
Number 8.
No, 8 is in the... Oh, yeah, 8's going to take the stab. A running back's going to take the snap. He's going to try to pull through the pile and won't get far. Drops the ball. but he was rolled down before as he picks it up. Number 8, that was Jaleel Winfield as he gets right back off the field. He is listed as their second quarterback, so anything could have happened there, and they chose a big run. He does have some size to him. He's a 6'1 quarterback, 160.
Jeremiah Jones and Jaleel Winfield seem to be two workhorses for this Morton offense.
As Jeremiah Jones seems to be the chosen running back for this play. It's a big play for the Mustangs right now. They could choose to run it with their strong running plays. Coaches seem to be panicking on the sidelines as number 9, Tyler Nichols, was out of position.
Ooh.
Hall's going to take the snap, and we have another flag.
Oh, coach is mad, and the student section's getting loud.
False start or delay of game on the Morton Mustangs. Wow, this noise is really getting to Devin Hall today. Maybe should have stayed at RB.
Well done, Bulldogs. Well done. 3rd and 10. 3rd and very long for the Mustangs.
So this might be the time where they are going to have to throw one of their 2 times today. They have one pass that was completed for a big 10 yards. It was a nice catch by number 13, Twan Jones, as he jogs his way out to the outside receiver spot with Garrett Angshed covering him. Devin Hall with one running back in the backfield, and another flag, as I think a Bulldogs player fell. Oh no.
Mustangs again.
Delay
Oh, wow.
of game.
Coach is almost on the field now. They just keep going back, and we saw the kicker warming up in the warm-ups, and he was kicking pretty far, making it easily from about the 25. However, no way he could make it from this far.
This is good NFL range. They're going to hurry up the offense here, not risking another delay of game. Hall steps back, and he looks for Twan Jones, and he catches it, but not for much, as Garrett Angshed is right there to stop him. A nice play by Angshed, causing a 4th down and about 10. 4th and 13 is what we're looking at.
And you may not see it because he has the helmet on, but Garrett Angsted's been going through quite the hairstyles throughout his years at RB.
I've seen blue hair, I've seen buzz cut, I've seen about all of it from Garrett Angshed.
I've seen bleach. Many traditions he's been following with the football team and also with the swim team.
Volleyball team.
Volleyball team as well.
Max Almeida back to receive the punt, as Morton will choose to punt on this 4th down. And a high snap, not a problem for the punter, and he's going to fluke this punch straight out of bounds.
Ooh.
Maybe about 20 yards. He does not seem happy with himself. A high snap followed by a bad punt. But here comes the Bulldog offense. Diego Gutierrez trying to lead his team to a first drive score. 4:50 remaining in the first quarter here.
Senior Diego Gutierrez looking to lead his team past the first round this year as a senior. Was not able to do that last year. They went 6-4. Decent record, but I know they're looking to do better this year, especially with their easy schedule.
Gutierrez in the back with Muhammad Salem in the backfield, Toma Tucker on the left side, and Anthony Petrucci on his inside left. He's going to give it to Muhammad Salem. He's going to make some moves and a big gain for about 8. That's how you want to start off the season. Muhammad Salem, known as a
Punt returner.
big punt returner, kick returner. As you can see, he's also used heavily out of the backfield with a big gain on a big run team.
There you go, Mo. Clearly been hitting the gym.
Yeah. We
Probably
got
since 7th grade.
same lineup here, Toma Tucker alone this time with Kumskis out wide. And looks like a false start,
Yeah.
maybe a offsides. As we're going to get a false start on the Bulldogs here. The linebacker crept up as a good play. Got them off tempo.
Really need more discipline here from both offenses.
Yeah. Espino out wide with Kumskis to his left and Petrucci in the slot. We have Toma Tucker out left with Salem in the backfield with Gutierrez taking the snap.
A lot of the players on this roster are so versatile.
He drops back, a screen pass to Salem. Salem's going to make a move. Gets past one, gets tackled by the next.
Flag thrown really early, however.
People are saying offsides up here in the booth. Coach is pretty angry. We'll see what we have here. A nice play by Salem there to break that big tackle. You see, he's not really the tallest man out there. Standing in at a whopping, actually doesn't even have the height. I want to say 5'3", but that's no problem with his big body that he uses.
Up here from the booth, it's making him look even smaller.
And it's looking like offsides on the Morton Mustangs. They're going to repeat the second down. 5-yard penalty, so right back to where we were after the Salem rush earlier. Tucker out left, Kumskis lined up on the line. We have Espino out right and Petrucci back in the slot. Another offsides on the Mustangs. This hard count from Gutierrez is really getting to him here.
This should have been covered in summer camp.
I mean, you'd think Devin Hall would tell him a thing or two, but
Yeah, come on now, the spy over here. Mr. James Bond.
as all the fans heard, Mr. Bonarigo, first down Bulldogs. Big way to draw them off sides, not once but twice as they line up the same way. Salem on the right of Gutierrez, Toma out left. Tucker is going to take the snap, and he's going to rush out with blockers ahead of him. He's going to get out to about the 46 as it leaves him with about a 2nd and 2 on a big 8-yard run.
Such a leader on and off the field. You can just see in the practices. You can just see in the locker room. He's the one leading the chants. He's the one leading the team talks. Everyone is behind this guy.
And that's exactly what you need in a big offense. You need to trust that quarterback, and everyone on this field does. They know his abilities and what he can do. Espino out to the right, Tucker on the left. Petrucci back in the slot with Kumskis in fullback. He's going to throw it to Kumskis, and Kumskis going to break a tackle, and he's tripped with a big first down play by Gutierrez.
Maybe took a page out of Andy Reid's playbook there.
Yeah.
Kumskis does remind me of Travis Kelce, though.
Yeah, Kumskis has been a 3-year varsity player. He's played a big role as he's going to line up in the left slot here. Little miscommunication. They're going to cancel a play here. Gutierrez with Salem in the backfield with him. Salem's had a strong game so far, and he's going to give it to him there. Takes it up the middle for about a gain of 3.
And if you cannot see it, Kumskis is absolutely massive. Probably 6'4", but it's 6'4" of all lean muscle.
And
incredible.
That is something you don't want running at you. Hence the reason I quit football. Freshman year, though. We have Tucker out left again. Kumskis is in the middle here between Petrucci, who's in the slot. We got James Espino out right. Gutierrez with Salem in the backfield again. And he's going to look for the screen, but he's going to throw deep for Tucker. Not caught. Kumskis drops it. A good defensive play. We like the gamble on the second down play. That's exactly what you want to see from a good quarterback. He had 2 guys downfield, but they had 3 guys about on him.
Ooh, frighteningly close to getting inside of the hands of one of the Morton defensive backs. But, I mean, when you gamble like that, got to go all in.
Yeah. You could see he shook off Petrucci, who ran a bubble route with the back out, which you won't see much of on a second down. We got Kumskis and Toma on the left, Petrucci and Espino out right, Salem in the backfield. Gutierrez steps back, rolls out, 1 man on him, flag thrown, and he's going to run for it. And he's going to make a big move, and he's going to get it for a first down.
That's a big tackle, too, but that is a first down unless the flag draws them back.
We'll see what the flag is here. It's looking like a big Bulldog play with the football is being brought back here.
Neve getting worn up on the sidelines as the Bulldogs make their way down the field. And quite a good drive from them so far.
Looking for her debut kick. There's stories about last year, her saying she wants to play football. She's been a big football fan her whole life. And this year she went all in, joined as the kicker. And I've heard, sources have said, she's really good at her job. So we got 3rd and long here for Gutierrez and the Bulldogs. Tucker out left. Kumskis, Petrucci, and Espino out right. He's going to roll out. Looks for Salem on the screen. A big play.
Oh my
and
gosh.
He's got field ahead of him.
And he's free.
Salem running to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
There you go, Mo.
A huge play by Mohamed Salem. And a huge snake eye look by Diego Gutierrez.
On 3rd and 18, nonetheless. Oh my gosh. And here comes Neve Larson, but let's not forget about that play. That
What
will be
a
on
play as we
many
see it
videos
again
to come.
here. Mohamed Salem using that speed to get past all defenders in his way. Gutierrez with a great throw on the bubble screen. That's what you love to see from the Bulldog football here. As Larson's going to get ready to kick this. Gutierrez the holder here. First career kick for Neve Larson.
Gutierrez, a quarterback and a place kicker. Like I said, versatile.
She kicks into it.
And it clears.
And it's good. Neve Larson. You
That is-
love to see it.
That is 7 on their first drive for RB. What a way to start the season.
And that's what you love to see. Big screen use there. They used it twice with Salem, and he had 2 big plays off of it as the Bulldog kickoff team gets set to go. Espino's going to head right back out there as he's the kicker for kickoffs and the receiver, and one of their receivers that usually lines up on the outside. Sideline is going right now. Bulldog defense ready to get back out there, eager to stop some more plays.
Nightmare start for Morton. They went 3-6 last year, and they'd like to definitely have a better season this year with a better record, but not off to a great start, that's for sure. RB, like I said, they went 6-4. However, they are switching up their conference. They are now in the Southland Conference as opposed to the Metro Suburban. They rather easy schedule. However, they have 2 hard upcoming games against Crete Monet and Kankakee. Crete Monet going 8-3, Kankakee going 8-3 as well. However, Crete Monet won a first-round playoff game before getting crushed at East St. Louis, so they actually went 9-3. Correction.
Cameron Jones back to take the kick from Espino. Last time he left it short for someone else to pick up, but this time he's going to get a hold of it. But it's going to be taken short again, and oh, with lots of field. And a big return from the Morton Mustangs. He's going to take that across the 50. There was no getting in his way.
That was an unfair matchup. 9 compared to number 68 was just not fair.
Yeah, Tyler Nichols using his big body to his advantage. That 6'1's looking smaller than what I'm seeing from here as he towers over the defense of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, maybe a 1 foot or 2 foot advantage along with maybe 30 extra pounds on him.
Ball is on the 48 here, first down and 10 for the Mustangs. 1:52 remaining in the first quarter. Can Devin Hall and the Mustangs spark something here? Maybe get some more throws going, as I am not seeing him go out there. Yeah, they're going to go out with Jaleel Winfield. He's going to be the quarterback for this play.
Jeremiah Jones next to him.
We'll see what they toss up here. He's going to give it to Jones. Jones is going to get stuffed at the line. A beautiful tackle from the Bulldogs. I can't see who it was from my view.
Believe that was number 66. Massive. With the elbow tape. That was Jack Rivetti.
Yeah, they gave the tackle to Jack Rivetti. He's a big part of this Bulldogs defense. If you ask anybody on the football team, you say he's a big leader for the defense. He's a big player. He's a big star for the defense. He's someone that they can rely on. They're going to keep Winfield in the field for right now with a fullback next to him and a running back. He has Twan Jones outside, but he's going to take it and run with it.
Does not get far, however. And speaking back on Jack Rivetti, if you go into the RB weight room, you will just see his name plastered on the wall. He holds many records, including squat, shuttle run, and it's crazy how fast he can run a 40-yard, considering how much he weighs. He can move that body pretty fast, and you just saw that there.
Devin Hall heads back out there for the third down play. He's going to have Jeremiah Jones in the backfield with him, is what we're seeing with receivers. Twan Jones back out there. Receiver number 1, Daniel Torres, out left. And that big body of Tyler Nichols. He's going to look deep.
Oh, man.
For number 10, Barnes, but an incomplete pass, a wide open Barnes. As you could see, Coach Styler on the sideline not happy with that playing.
Yeah, 10 was completely free. However, Devin Hall just overthrew him by about 5 yards. And no spying or studying of the RB playbook can get you to throw accurately.
Said that right. The story is Devin, he transferred to play running back for the Bulldogs just to get a big look at the offense and a Another fluke punt. This crowd is getting to them as it's not going to make it past the 39. Wow. Maybe this Bulldog crowd is doing something to them.
Yeah, they could use Neve Larson, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And you think with a big soccer school, they'd have someone that could punt the ball.
You would think they have a good kicker, but apparently not a good punter.
Got some nerves. As seen in the 2 years ago Super Bowl, Chiefs kicker or punter was the best punter in the league until Super Bowl nerves got to him. Dropped 3 balls, I think it was. Punted one out of bounds, was not what you want to see. Gutierrez is going to get back on the field with his offense. Salem in the backfield again as he's going to step out right. Looks for that same screen pass, but to Kumskis this time. One guy on him, and he's going to run with him for about 3 yards. I'm getting a gain of about 4 as they're going to let the quarter run out here. 7-0 is our score still.
Successful quarter for the Bulldogs, I would say. Could have some furbishing up to do in the secondary for the defense, but other than that, been a great quarter, a great start to the 2023-24 football season. And now they will switch sides.
And we'll see what they can do going towards the Bulldogs scoreboard.
It's vital that they win this game. They're looking to have a better home record than they did last year. They had a 2-2 home record, which is sufficient, but not definitely what they were hoping for.
And this is their annual starter game. We have Morton Mustangs. Usually the first game each year. Luckily, the student sections sit on opposite sides. They get heated through the field. You could see. As Morton actually has packed the stands very nicely, as you can see on the other side. But
definitely not the students, though. A lot of parents came to show out, but I see the students maybe in 1/8 of the bleacher section to the right there.
yeah,
Very lackluster, which
is nothing compared to the Bulldogs here today.
yeah.
I think I could I could count maybe 1,000 kids here.
Yeah, and that is not exaggerating it at all.
You could say that RB loves their football games as a big crowd backs up Diego Gutierrez and his offense that takes the field on a 2nd and about 7. 2nd and 7 is what I'm seeing here. Gutierrez with Salem on his left. He's got Espino, Kumskis, and Petrucci also on his right. Toma Tucker out on the left alone. He's going to take it back, and he bobbles it, so he's going to run this one, tries to get up the middle, but he's stoned by the Morton D-line. A good read by the D-line, a not great snap by center Isaac Olivares.
Stoned like a witch in the 1600s. Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better.
Student section wearing all black for tonight's blackout, and that is because they are showing up to Morton's funeral, of course. I think I see an attempt at a whiteout from the Morton student section. However, I see it is not very good at all.
Gutierrez takes the snap back, and he's going to look deep for Toma Tucker, and it's caught. Tackled at the 36-yard line. A big play for the Bulldogs. They're going to hurry up their offense here, looking to get a pace going.
Howdy, Mr. Gutierrez. That was a shotgun sling like a cowboy. Sidearm.
You could tell there's some sparked chemistry with Gutierrez and his receivers, and even his receivers out of the backfield, Salem, as he's going to take another snap with Salem out the backfield. Same receivers. We have Petrucci in motion, back into the right side slot, and he's going to give it up to Salem. Salem with blockers, cuts to the middle, a big run for about 9. That's what you love to see.
His agility is outstanding. He's able to maneuver quickly and change his body and turn it in very different directions. He was able to go outside quickly and then cut in.
And they give him the first down. A big 10-yard gain from Salem, having himself a game, you could say, as he's been a big playmaker. Kumskis on his right, Salem on his left, Gutierrez in the backfield. Hands it to Kumskis out the backfield, and there's no taking him down. Takes him down by his feet. He flips over. Wow, what a run. As you saw on the left there, big guard, Manny Ramirez, absolute pancake. Nothing you could do with him in your way.
4-year varsity starter on the O-line there. Definitely someone they are very proud to have.
As we are inside the 20, red zone snap for the Bulldogs. First one of the day. Gutierrez is going to take the snap. Fakes the handoff to Salem. Out to Espino, but he's going to be caught at the line. Maybe a loss. Screen pass did not work out the bubble.
And that is number 4, Jeremiah Jones, who is a workhorse in the offense and in the backfield, apparently. It's high school ball, and you got people playing offense and defense.
Although I have heard Bulldogs are trying to run a 11 and 11 offense and defense, trying to get every guy out there they can. Gutierrez fakes the handoff. He's got Kumskis, and he's going to look deep for Petrucci. And he catches it.
He got in there.
Does he get in? And they give him the touchdown.
Oh, my gosh.
Anthony Petrucci. What a catch on the edge of the end zone. A nice throw by Gutierrez as he is excited with his team.
And that's just a tip of the hat to Gutierrez's vision there. We were all looking at Luke Kumskis, who was there for the screen. However, he saw deeper and got Petrucci.
He saw the end zone, saw Petrucci, and Petrucci saw him. Good chemistry there as Neve Larson's going to line up to put the extra point through the pipes. Her second career.
Good place kicking.
As she stays 100%.
That's no doubt right there. That would have been good from about 30 yards.
Neve Larson.
That is their kicker for the year for sure. She's not going anywhere.
Showing who she is to this crowd, as she's usually seen in the crowd. Now the crowd sees her.
And when she is in the crowd, she is at the very bottom, hyping up everyone else. Always with the signs, always with the shenanigans. Whatever the theme is, she's there, repping it all.
She's got Bulldog pride. 9:40 on the clock here as the Bulldogs look for their third kickoff of the game after a defensive stop, or 2 defensive stops, and 2 touchdowns now.
Morton 2-2 away last season. Looks like they will be 0-1 away this season, but maybe I'm getting too cocky.
Knock on wood here.
Yeah, knock on wood here in the studio.
Espino looking to get these kicks down there. Hopefully trying to keep it out of the hands of big number 9, Tyler Nichols. Sorry. He has been a force to reckon with when he has the ball in his hands.
And this 14-0 result isn't really surprising coming from us. We know a few players, a few juniors who said this was going to be an easy game, and knock on wood once again, so far it's turning out to be.
Is Morton taking their sweet time getting on the field? You can see the head ref is not happy with the time they're taking, and they're going to look to call a timeout here is what I'm seeing.
They definitely have some things to figure out.
Timeout Mustangs, as they're going to have to regroup with their team after a rough start to the day. Looking like a similar start to the game that we had last year, but hopefully the Bulldogs can pull away like they did again.
Last year there was a little bit of resistance later on in the game. Morton was able to muster up a comeback a little bit. However, RB did pull away at the very end. Hopefully there is no sign of resistance in tonight's game.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see a complete blowout this Friday night. Except the Morton fans, of course.
Obviously.
The very few Morton fans. And here they come running out now.
Yeah, both the kick return and the kickoff team back onto the field here.
And that was a great job by the O-line with Manny Ramirez leading the way. However, they do not have Jackson Ramos, who went to ICCP. And we all miss him greatly, but it looks like they're doing fine just without him.
Cameron Jones back to return this. Tyler Nichols again around him. Do they try to keep it out of his hands? And they attempt to, but this might trickle out of bounds, and that's going to be a flag, bringing it all the way up to the Bulldog, or to the Morton 40. I mean, better than the field position they had last time, which started around the Bulldog 48, which is not what you want to see.
Not the result James Espino wanted from that kick.
Yeah. Bulldog defense already out in the field, as you could see on our close side, Meech Talley, senior. He plays a big role on the defense as no targets thrown to him yet. Same thing with number 13, Max Strong. He's on that cornerback linebacker core.
Another one of the few names that was called up last year as a sophomore. He is somewhat small, but very built.
Yeah. And Jaleel Winfield's going to take this out of the backfield, and he's going to bounce to the outside as he gets a gain about 6 there.
That will be a great freeze frame. I just saw a camera flash while he was running that, and that would be a good thing to post on Insta for him. Great action shot there.
Back to the Max Strong topic. As a freshman, he was O-line, D-line. Sophomore, he played linebacker, running back. And now on varsity, he looks to be a linebacker again, and he's used as a tight end as his second position. He's about played it all.
Strong, a lacrosse player in the spring and a wrestler in the winter.
Winfield out the backfield again, fakes the handoff, runs the same side, gets gained about 3 as he is tackled down there.
Second and short for Morton.
As the game has progressed, we've seen less and less of Devin Hall, which is a surprise as their spy they had for the Bulldogs.
Maybe not that much of a surprise. Not been performing.
Yeah.
RB against Morton. This is a non-conference game. However, last year they went 4-1 in conference. They start their conference run a few games down the line. Next week they play Hinsdale South, which will be a pretty even matchup considering Hinsdale South went 4-5 last year and beat Morton 27-17.
And Winfield's going to take it again for himself, but play is run dead. What do we have here? Timeout on the Mustangs, as it looked to be a first down run there if they didn't call that. But what happens here? Noise gets in your head.
RB showcasing their brand new black uniforms. First time they've ever worn these, and they look quite fresh, especially in the nighttime with the lights illuminating them. Helmets look shiny. You can see the glimmer off of them.
Yeah, and the student section backs them up with the blackout game. I'm backing them out with the blackout polo, as these new jerseys got some pretty good swag on them.
Apologies as I did not have a black polo in my closet. I will make sure to get one for the next one, though. Catch me at the basketball game with black on.
And Devin Hall is going to step back out as the quarterback here.
Let's see what James Bond can do.
Jeremiah Jones on his right. He's going to run it as well, and he's going to get well past the first down, and he stays up. A big run here by Devin Hall, getting to about the Bulldog 36-yard line. A huge third down run, causing a Morton first down.
One of Morton's biggest plays so far this game, looking to hopefully steer that momentum towards the end zone.
Hall takes the quarterback snap again with Jeremiah Jones next to him, and he's going to give to Jones. Jones finds a slot, and he's going to be taken down after a gain about 4.
Thankfully, no injuries yet. However, it seems we have a new trainer ready to go. Female trainer coming in this year.
Taking over for the former vet,
Mr. Fry.
Mr. Fry, also known as Coach Fry, is you can see him doing about anything around the school.
Last year, he came in a Batman cape away to Morton. Very memorable.
Devin Hall in as the quarterback again with Jeremiah Jones in the backfield. He's going to take it, gives it to Jones. Jones with lots of space in the outside, cuts to the middle, and he cuts to a big seam, cuts again, and he's going to get through to the end zone. A Morton touchdown.
Dropping about 2 or 3 plays there.
But a flag thrown behind the play, and Jeremiah does not seem happy at all. Let's see what the call is.
Oh, yeah.
Holding on the Mustangs.
RB sidelines very happy right now.
That one's going to come back. A giant play that they needed desperately in this game comes back to the Bulldogs, as that's going to be a replay of the down. And with 17 yards to go now.
We'll see how that affects Morton's spirits. So they continue to look for something here. Like I mentioned, they have a very good kicker, but they are still out of kicking range. Second and long.
Second and 11 it is. We had it as 17 up here. Couldn't tell you how. Hall with it again. He's going to have Cameron Jones in the backfield now. He's got Twan Jones out to his left with Tyler Nichols, that big body still in front of him, and he's going to use that big body to block as Devin Hall is going to get about a gain of, I want to say, 6. You could see their specialty clearly is the run game, as I think we've seen about 4 passes from the Mustangs, with one being an almost touchdown, but it was overthrown.
And maybe 1 or 2 being complete. So 50% completion rate, not what you're looking for in your QB.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to see here.
Meanwhile, Gutierrez threw an incredible tiptoe catch to Petrucci.
He's got 2 touchdowns on the day. Hall back as the quarterback. As he stays out there, he's got Jeremiah Jones with him. And he's going to give it, Cameron Jones. He's going to give it to the outside, and he's going to break 2 tackles. Not much of a gain, though, as he's running very horizontal.
Great pressure from the RB defense, although they could not get him down. Maybe gets no gain on the play.
Wow. 4th and 4 for the Mustangs. From the 30, this would be about a 40-yard kick, and it looks like they're going to go for it here. Devin Hall steps back out on the field. They're going to keep Cameron Jones out there with receivers Daniel Torres, Twan Jones, Tyler Nichols, and Mike Barnes.
Not what I would recommend for the Morton team at this moment, but maybe this can steer the momentum in a positive direction.
Let's see what they pull out here. Hall's going to take the snap, and he's going to get pressured. And breaks both the tackles, but he's going to be sacked. A huge play by number 13, Max Strong, and number 85, Luke Kumskis. As the Morton Mustangs don't seem too happy about that. But they made up for it.
28 being the peacemaker for the Bulldogs, apologizing.
Jack Rivetti, that's that leadership, breaking up the fights. Also might be starting some here, as the Bulldog offense is going to look to build on their 14-0 lead. Ball on the 41-yard line here. Good field position to start off. Haven't really had to receive much, as 2 bad punts, or no offense, but they were bad punts, and just a couple of turnovers.
Mo not having to punt return, which may be lucky for the Morton Mustangs.
Could have been their thinking on the past couple drives. Gutierrez with Sean Rowell in the backfield this time. He's going to have Kumskis still, and he's going to give it to Rowell. It's bobbled, but he's going to get back with it. A gain of about 3. Junior Sean Rowell started football last year, and he's just kept building off his game so far, as shown as the 2nd-string running back.
Newcomer number 15. I wonder if 15 will catch on to be the most popular number in all of football. Patrick Mahomes obviously wearing it.
Sean Rowell wearing it. Notable names here.
Yeah, Sean Rowell could maybe inspire an entire generation of football players to come.
As he's going to stay out on the field, same receivers as Spino, Petrucci, and Tucker. Kumskis staying out there, which has felt like the whole game. And Gutierrez looking to take it again. He's going to give it to Rowell. No, he's going to fake it. The read options. Gutierrez is going to get the first down on this one with about a gain of 7.
The whole defense fell for that one, all rushing towards Sean Rowell.
That's a good read and some good blocking by that O-line that consists of Dylan Cohen, Manny Garcia, Isaac Oliveras on that left side. Isaac is the center. We got a good Bulldogs O-line so far today. Lots of good rushes, lots of good screen passes. Damian Nieves, also a sophomore, one of the youngest kids on this team. Kumskis and Rao with Gutierrez, as he's going to give it, this looks like Josh Gonzalez, with a big run. He's going to get that for 11 yards and a first down, number 22.
Worth noting that
Jacob Bertana,
Jacob Bertana, wow. That is a sophomore right there.
Sophomore. He's going to line back up with a hurry-up offense here. Gutierrez looked to be under center. A little confusion from the coaches here, as it's going to be blown dead with a flag out. We'll see what we have.
Oh, he's gonna
Or
go
not.
with
He's going to pick the flag back up. A little confusion from the refs. Gutierrez takes the snap, gives it back to Jacob Ratana. A nice rush, I'd say about a gain of 5. Ratana showing
Excellent showing from the sophomore so far.
Yeah. Ratana and Nieves looks to be the only sophomores that have seen the field for the offense here. We have Eric Servant on the defense, who's been playing some good roles. Ratana's going to stay out there with Gutierrez, Kumskis, and Tucker on the left, Espino, and on the outside right, Petrucci in the slot yet again. A little more confusion here.
Talking with the coaches, RB having a lot of success on the ground so far. We'll see if they keep that up.
Let's see what happens here. Gutierrez
No.
steps back, rolls out, looks for Espino, and a big catch there. Looks to be a first down for the Bulldogs just outside of the red zone.
Take notes, Devin Hall. That is how you throw a football.
First down, Bulldogs at the 22.
22-yard line here. We'll see if they get stopped here. This could be kicking range for Neve Larson. However, it's 1st and 10, and that's out of mind for RB right now.
Salem enters the game again. He's having himself quite the game so far. Same receivers stay out there. Espino alone this time. Petrucci, Kumskis, and Tucker on the side and the left. And they're going to give it to Salem. Salem looking for another big play. He's going to bounce to the outside.
Finds a pocket.
And he gets a first down. A gain of 11 for Muhammad Salem. Have yourself a game, Muhammad. Wow.
Mo being one of the most dynamic players for the Bulldogs so far, along with Diego Gutierrez. Those are my top 2 so far for RP.
First and goal for the Bulldogs from the 10-yard line.
Props to Mr. Bonarigo, my calculus teacher, announcing the game for the fans here in the main room in the booth.
Kumskis and Salem in the backfield with Gutierrez. And he's going to give it to Kumskis here. He's going to find a slot. He's going to try to power his way through. Gets to about the 4-yard line here. A gain of about 5.
Second and 5 for the Bulldogs.
As they did not give them the first and goal. Or yes, they did. Excuse me, second and goal. Oh, they have an injured Morton player out on the sideline here. Looks to be a cramp injury time out here.
This is a time for Morton to recoup, talk, strategize. They're pinned back here, and another touchdown before halftime might seal the game. 3 scores is a lot to come back from. RB off to maybe a dream start already.
You can see RB has taken complete control of this game as they've used both the run game, the pass game, and the red zone to their advantage. The Morton defense has just been a little slow to it. Running a lot of, you could call trick plays, as Gutierrez has rolled out right, thrown a screen pass left a couple of times to Salem and once to Kumskis. He both broke off for some big gains, one including the first quarter touchdown from Salem, which was a great run.
Great screenplay. Both teams utilizing their quarterback on the scramble. Devin Hall and Diego Gutierrez both have some legs on them, and both coaches understand that.
And it looks to be the Morton player has stood up. Looks to be a cramp as he walks it off. Bulldogs still discussing with their coaches. Game planning here as they're going to get back up. As we can see the cheerleaders practicing their halftime show.
2 minutes, 53 seconds left of the first half. Stay tuned for halftime where we will see the cheerleaders as well as, I think, the hip-hop club.
Looks like our cameraman got a little distracted, maybe. Second and goal here for the Bulldogs. From the 5, we got Toma Tucker is outright with Espino, one of the first stacks we've seen today, as they've usually been the opposite sides. We got Kumskis loaded and Muhammad loaded out in the backfield. But that shows that Gutierrez is going to take this one straight into the end zone.
And
great
no
blocking
doubt.
from the right side from Salem, Kumskis, and that O-line consisting of Cohen, Garcia, Olivares, Nieves. All of those guys played a huge factor in that touchdown. Carter Shelby, too.
Small and polite celebration Gutierrez as he pulls down, putting on the mask. Classy celebration from a classy player.
Neve Larson steps back out for the extra point, trying to make this game 21-0 and keep her 100% career. And she does.
It is
right
good.
through the uprights. Pretty good start to her own career here. Cameraman back on the cheerleaders.
Morale is high over here in the student section. Can hear cheering all the way from the other side of the booth.
Yeah, a lot of parents came out, packed stands over here, making the Morton stands look a little wimpy.
Might have some clearing out here in a second. We'll see. But
Yeah.
perfect reason for there to be high morale, as RB is just
Taking
off and running.
complete control here, which is what you love to see.
Two minutes, 44 seconds after the first half. Both teams recouping and talking.
Espino out to go kick again. He's got players like Petrucci, Tucker, some noticeable offensive studs, some defensive players too. We got Meach out here, also known as Meachy. We got Max Strong,
Michi, a fan favorite.
big fan favorite. Right next to Espino, we have number 8, Jacob Buxa. He is also a big guy you don't want to mess with. From what it looks like, Espino is a left side kicker.
Hoping for some better luck here on this kick.
Oh, and he's going to get under this one. Fair caught at around the 34-yard line by number 3 of Morton, Julian Richard.
Could have done better there.
I think on both sides they could have done better. I think he had a good amount of space there and didn't need a fair catch, but
Agreed.
that's what you get.
And that could be from Morton's nerves. They're down 21-0 and they're already losing confidence. And it's showing in the players. Here they come. And once again, oh no, here is Devin Hall. Masked behind massive Winfield and Jones.
Jeremiah Jones out with Devin Hall. He's got the same receivers as usual. Twan Jones, Mike Barnes, and Daniel Torres out with him. He's going to take the snap and
it's
he's
a high
looking to
snap.
throw. Finds Twan Jones as he's going to run for about a gain of 4 or a gain of 5 or 6.
Grappled down by Jack Rivetti again. Jack Rivetti, a name that keeps coming up here on the defense. Couple tackles now. Definitely a star player.
Timeout Bulldogs, maybe looking to regroup here as Morton looking to put more passes into their offense. As the run game has been pretty strong, but it hasn't really been getting the job done here. Jeremiah Jones and Cameron Jones, possibly brothers.
Could be.
They've been pretty strong off the backfield, and they've also utilized Tyler Nichols, who has been a force to reckon with for Morton, as he had that big kick return. He's had a couple of big blocks, playing giant roles in this big run offense that Morton uses. But then we got our defense. We got Jack Rivetti back, Max Strong back, Eric Servin. They play
Ramirez as well.
They play some big roles on the linebacker / D-line core. As, yeah, they step back out there. Not really seeing many targets from the outer receivers, as looks like Michi, Garrett Angstad have been playing pretty good. Locking them up so far. Devin Hall back. He's going to give it to Jones. Jones is going to run to the outside, and he cuts the middle. A nice short little run there. It's going to give him the first down for a gain about a 6.
These 6-yard and 5-yard carries are becoming pretty average for the high school level.
As seen in this game, but not really seen by our good running back, Muhammad Salem. He's been going, when he gets that ball, I'm seeing 10+ yards every time.
Yeah, and he's smaller. Just shows, just like Messi.
Devin Hall back again. He looks to be the quarterback for this drive. He's going to hand it off to Jones. Jones going to take it up the middle, and he's stopped.
Take it to the
hard
dog pound.
hit by, it looks to be Jack Gravetti. A giant hit by Jack Rivetti, helped out by Jacob Buxa. As you can see there, they threw him to the ground.
Student section going crazy, barking. prior to that play. I think it got in their heads a little bit.
New student section leader for this year seems to be Sam Shelvin out there. He's getting the team going, or the student section going, which helps out the Bulldogs. As Hall's going to take it back. He's going to step back.
Oh, and it's a blitz.
Looks out wide for his number 1, Daniel Torres, overthrown on the blitz.
Seems to have been tipped. Very effective blitz there. And if this game continues to get out of hand, we may see more juniors come in and sophomores, such as Jesus Jimenez and James Long.
You love to see it. You love to see it. But as of now, starters have stayed in the game as we have 1:19 left in the first half. We have a 3rd and 8 here, a big conversion that would be much needed for the Mustangs. We got Jones in the backfield with Devin Hall.
Hopefully
As
trying
he's
to
going to
get some
step back.
points.
He's going to look for number 1, Torres, but it's going to be picked off by Michi. What a pick by Michi.
Wow.
Meach Tally, a huge interception on 3rd and 8, a diving play, as you could see on the replay here. Wow, how did he hold on to that? As you could see the miscommunication from Daniel Torres and Devin Hall, as Torres did not seem happy after that throw.
And Devin Hall is limping right now, throwing his helmet. He is clearly in pain on the field. Uh-oh, bad for Morton right here. The star quarterback seems to be down.
It kind of looks like this is some strategy here, as he, instead of getting off the field injured, he's going to stay on it. None of the refs have seemed to notice yet, besides the outside.
But great play by Michi there.
Devin Hall seems to be getting cramped up in his right calf as the trainer works out with him. So as of right now, we have 1:14 left in the second quarter. Big pick by Meach Tally gives the Bulldogs the ball. Hopefully they can get down the field in their minute 14 that they have. They're at their own 46 right now.
Plenty of time. Morton left too much time on the clock.
It seems like too much time has been any time for the Bulldogs. They've been having some good single-digit drives so far.
And this RBHS secondary has just been on complete lockdown. They've been taken after Roach Turner, who graduated last year, Michi and Garrett, fitting right in. Devin Hall still on the ground here, getting stretched out. Seems to have just been a cramp, but he acted like he was in some real pain after throwing the interception. I'm sure we've all been there.
Yeah, my eyes were in pain too, as I was severely overthrown, and great coverage by Meach Tally. It looks like the Bulldogs have their same core out there. Their strong O-line looking to take their field. Gutierrez looking to continue his day with a rushing touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns. I'm seeing Mohamed Salem, hardly seeing him through that huddle as he stands in the middle at his whopping 5'3", but his big muscles get him through. Coach Miller walks out the huddle looking satisfied with his plays as Morton looks to begin their legs going with a couple of spins from number 3, Julian Richard.
And if you were to compare Mo to an animal, I think it would be a bulldog. Strong, small, and mighty, with a big bite. Ferocious bite.
Could not agree more. Gutierrez with Salem in the backfield, same receivers as usual. Actually, we're seeing number 24 step on the field. It looks to be Julian Fernandez, senior, and Kumskis on his left as Toma Tucker and Petrucci take the left sides. Salem switches sides with Gutierrez. He's going to take the snap. He's going to step back. He's going to throw to the ball to Kumskis. Kumskis going to take a big hit, but he stays on his feet. Wow, what a play by Kumskis. He's still up, and he gets a 12-yard gain. A good look as he was wide open in a big truck, and it looks to be he injured a player with that hit.
Kumskis refusing to drop, just like Drake. And yes, it does seem the player is down after standing.
Oh, he looks to have fallen himself. 29, who's 29 here? We have Amari Summerall. I said that. No, I said that terribly wrong.
That's going to be embarrassing on the film for Morton, especially this guy.
Yeah, our cameraman really got that very well. Shout out to Daniel on that one. As another huddle, 1:04 on the clock. Only wasted about 10 seconds with that play, and then the injury stopping the clock. as Fernandez looks to stay out there as he's going to take the spot of Espinoza, or Espino, excuse me, as the outside. Espino's had himself a pretty good game with the kicks, as he had a big first down catch in the red zone earlier. But again, it all comes back to Gutierrez, the big quarterback for the Bulldogs. He's been putting on a show so far. He's been finding all his receivers quite well.
Yeah, be getting everyone involved.
You could see the Kumskis-Gutierrez connection is definitely there. And it's been there for, I want to say, 2 years now. As he gets his team back up, trying to keep their minds straight, as lots of stopping the clock here could be icing them and their strong offense that they've shown so far.
Gutierrez, you can just see him leading the huddle as the leader he is. He's got quite the voice. You cannot hear it, but he's always screaming.
And it shows in his tone.
He could use some herbal tea.
Coach Kane, and what it looks to be one of the newer coaches that I have no idea what his name is, stays on the field with the huddle. 29 seems to be really hurt here. Looks to be ankle, calf, cramp, who knows. As he waddles his way off the field. Bulldogs are eager to get back out there as the Morton defense takes their places.
And taking a look at the RB sidelines, they just seem to be having a fun time out there.
Fernandez out wide on the right. Kumskis in between Petrucci and Fernandez as Petrucci lines up in the slot again. Toma Tucker out left. Gutierrez is going to roll out. He's going to find Petrucci. Petrucci with a little bit of space, and he's going to take that space and gets tackled out of bounds for a gain of about 8. They're looking for a face mask call here as he was brought down awkwardly.
Gutierrez clearly with the preference of rolling out to the right instead of the left, as he is right-handed.
Petrucci looks to have rolled his ankle or something as he gets taken out for Mohamed Salem, who has shown to be playing it all so far. We have David Valencia in the backfield now with Salem as receiver in the slot. He's going to run the speed out. Gutierrez with so much field in front of him, and he's going to take the field, snapping ankles, and a big stiff arm. What a play by Gutierrez. He's going to get the first down and more into the red zone. Gutierrez showing his running ability. Wow, what a play by Gutierrez. As we see the replay, a big stiff arm.
Check that out. Cameraman got that really well on the sidelines over here. That is Mr. Holger, the new RBTV teacher.
Darius Dunbar had zero clue what he was going at as Gutierrez came down his path. We see number 3, James Espino gets back on the field for Julian Fernandez. Salem stays in the slot as Petrucci seems to be getting worked on by the trainer. Toma Tucker out wide. Lined up as the tight end is Kumskis. He's going to drop back. Looking for options. Doesn't see much. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to take this himself. And he's going to stay on his feet.
Going?
Breaks 3 tackles and more into the inside the 10. Looks to be about the 6. We have about 26 seconds on the clock. Looks to be a timeout. Bulldogs. What a drive from Gutierrez and the Bulldogs.
Goody right through the gut.
You could see that outside tackle, Dylan Cohen, creating a giant hole for Gutierrez to get through as he breaks about 3 tackles in 1. 3 guys came at him. None of them could take him down, showing that strong O-line. Dylan Cohen standing very tall. He's one of the biggest guys on this team.
Looks like he's 25. And thank you for the Instagram follow. Just got that last night. Appreciate it, Dylan.
You love to hear it. No height listed, but I'll give him a good 6'6". May not look bigger, but he's definitely on the taller side as he's shown his strength through his tackle. As it looks like the Hip Hop Club has gained a couple members this year. And very off topic, but they seem to be going in for the halftime show, prepping up.
Barbie, they seem to be coordinating pink unitards in black shirts with pink lettering saying Barbie. So expect a Barbie World song that they will dance to at halftime.
Maybe a little Ice Spice. Gutierrez with Valencia on his right. Kumskis lined up as tight end. Salem in the slot. Out wide is Espino. He's going to give it to Valencia. Valencia is going to find a slot. Two guys trying to take him down, and they do at about the 3-yard line. Another timeout called to stop the clock.
That is a 2-person effort required to take down David Valencia. You'd love to see it. 20.1 seconds left on the clock. Morton fans teetering out, either going to concessions or going home, as there's nothing left to see.
Jack Gravetti looks to be heading in for the offense. He's listed as a fullback as well. Or, yeah, linebacker and fullback. As Bonarigo seems to be getting into the game.
Shouting at the students
Along the fence here, trying to stop the blockage. Ooh, the Bulldogs with 20 seconds left and 0 timeouts. Maybe running a big pass play here as Ower rushes. They put the fullback, Gravetti, in. And
a Morton player seems to be down right now. Seems to be cramps. Every injury so far seems to have just been a cramp, which we are lucky to have.
Our good trainers out there, as they seem to have brought their own as well. Yeah, lots of cramps going on, as that's 29 leaving the field. Amari Summerall. I think I've said his name for a cramp already, but. And he leaves the field, does not get back in the huddle.
Get that boy some Gatorade.
Get some electrolytes for this man. As Gravetti and Kumskis, which is a group of guys you don't want to be running towards, look to be Kumskis on his right, on Gutierrez's right.
Touchdown would
Gravetti,
surely seal the game here.
Gravetti out to block Valencia. Oh no, he fakes the handoff, fooled me. And Gutierrez is gonna run into the end zone.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I was fooled. The fake handoff and the lead blocked by Kumskis. What a play from the Bulldogs.
Such a complete player. 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns.
And you love that from the O-line, as number 72, Carter Shelby, was right there. Neve Larson looking to go 4 for 4 on her career. And another injury for Morton. Seeing a pattern here.
Seems that the more times RB scores.
More injuries.
Huh.
Now, I did not know hurt feelings would keep you down, but it seems
they do.
14.1 remaining on the clock, as none will be ran off with the extra point. Those do not run off anytime.
Complete difference in morale on the RB sidelines compared to Morton sidelines. Got head taps, people juicing up, dancing. Otherwise, on Morton, it's like a funeral.
It's all energy from the Bulldogs, and they seem to have dressed appropriately for this funeral. 27-0 game, looking to make it 28. Neve Larson, who has had herself a good day behind the ball kicking. And Morton maybe trying to spark something if they could get a block here.
This extra point, making it 28, would surely be vital. 4 scores should seal the game now for sure. But regardless, there will still be game to play. We'll still be here, so stay tuned. Here it is. Gutierrez with the place kick.
Larson lines up. Gutierrez calling for the ball. As the snap is good, the kick is good. Neve Larson 4 for 4 on the day.
Her best one yet.
As that was straight through the uprights. A big addition to this Bulldog team, as everyone's hyping her up as she moves down that sideline, giving high fives from some star bench players, as Jesus Jimenez gives a good, crisp high five. Heard that one from up here.
Might be looking for the digits after this game. Who knows?
You know, Neve Larson has put up more points than the whole Morton team so far, which is 4-0. They've been valuable points, as extra points go a long way in football.
Yeah, RB, clearly no need to take field goals. Morton defense has not been able to stop them yet once. Okay, maybe once, but
Hey, did they stop him at all?
I don't know. I feel like there's a punt once, but
I don't think so. I think they might be 4 for 4.
RB having goals that they put up in the locker room on sheets of paper. I'm sure they've met all of them so far.
James Espino looking for a better kick this time, as same players line him up. Jones back to receive this with Tyler Nichols in front of him, and number 10 Mike Barnes, excuse me, and number 6 Ivan Orozco. Espino runs up to the ball,
New return
gets a
right
good hold of it. This one right to Nichols, the guy you don't want to have the ball. He's going to take it out wide, has some open field, breaks a tackle, breaks another, but he's dragged down by the foot of Jacob Bertana, the sophomore, getting in there.
Wow. Excellent from Jacob Bertana.
Another one of these smaller players from the Bulldogs, taking down the giant of Nichols.
Nicole's probably a foot taller than him.
And that did not seem to be a factor at all, as he held onto that leg, as this replay shows, with help by Jacob Godoy to make sure he hit the ground.
Little report out of here. It's possible number 19, Eric Servin, may have a concussion. We're hoping for the best.
That's not what you want to see in his first varsity start, as they're going to have Winfield as the quarterback. He's going to give it to Jones. Jones with the field ahead of him, but a good tackle there brought down by number 9.
And that will end the half. 28-0. Incredible start.
Got that.
All right. Well, nothing else you'd want from a start to the football season for RB. 28-0. Just incredible over two quarters. We'll see you guys in the second half.
There's the kick. Back to receive it. Looks to be number 4, Max Almeida. Oh, we have a flag thrown on the field.
And that will get us underway with the second half. RB already most likely having taken care of things. But everyone's hyped. Everyone's ready to go. Seven Nation Army was playing earlier. Energy is louder than ever.
You can't do that. Chants have started. You know that you are down when your student section is this electric. 28-0 we have. We're about to restart this third quarter. Morton with their first kickoff of the game, I believe, as number 19 is lined up as their kicker. That is Anwar Simon. I have him as a receiver as well. Just like the James Espino situation, he's a kicker receiver. Plays anything, plays anywhere you need him. Now kicking off for the 35 after a flag.
Retry here. As my middle school gym teacher used to say, done messed up.
And the kick is off. A boot, and that goes deep. Ratana is under it. No, he's not, and that's going to get back for a touchback. A generous roll as Ratana let that go. Another cramp we have at about the 34-yard line. Bulldogs are going to take over at the 25-yard line.
Our Morton needs to be hiring a new medical staff after this.
I mean, from my experience, we have plenty of water. I see about 4 Gatorade jugs on the sideline. I know 2 of them are filled with Gatorade, so that's your fault there. Got to stay hydrated, get the electrolytes going, get the body moving, as the Bulldogs have had their bodies going to get 28-0 on the scoreboard.
I'm personally more of a Gatorade guy over Prime. I know some may feel the other way, but that's just me.
Yeah, and actually, for fall athletes, we have a little sponsorship from Gatorade. Not really sponsorship. We got some free Gatorade bars. We got lots of free Gatorade, which is most definitely being used right now on the field. And, you know, just a great thing from the guys at Gatorade. I want to say his name was Nick. He was a great sponsor. As the ball is lined up at the 20, maybe that's the touchback rule for high school. And it seems to be, as Diego Gutierrez looks to start off this second half strong. We have 12 minutes on the clock. 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
RB in no rush, and here they go. About to get ready right now.
Espino on the right, Salem in the backfield. We got Petrucci in the slot, Kumskis in the middle, and surrounded by Toma Tucker on the outside. All 3 of them have had a good game. Salem starting off the half with a nice run, taken down awkwardly, but he looks fine, or as he's limping a little bit. And we have a man down on the Bulldogs.
Is that Eric Servant?
Eric is linebacker.
No, that is nuts. And I mentioned this at the end of the first half. Looks like Eric Servant could be having a concussion. And this is not good for Toma Tucker.
Toma Tucker looks to be wobbling off, maybe cramp, maybe injury, as Salem also got up awkwardly and yet to get up on the field. I can't tell who, but it looks to be one of the linemen. In the huddle, we can see Mason Mislinski, the sophomore, another sophomore, who would be the next man up for this O-line once we see who is out.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Mason Mislinski has some crazy hair.
Oh, he's got a wicked mullet.
It looks like one of those 17th century judge wigs.
Yeah.
They used to have.
It looks like a Christopher Columbus special of a haircut.
It's got curls in it and everything.
And so it's number 61. That is Manny Rivera. And he limps off. That is a big asset to the Bulldog offense. He looks to be getting through it here, but it seems very unhappy with the injury. We're hoping it's just a cramp as he looks to be walking almost normally.
Team coming together here.
2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs from the 26.
Gutierrez with Salem in the backfield. Salem has recovered from his slight injury. He's going to look out wide to Kumskis. Kumskis catches it, breaks a tackle, looks to get upfield. He breaks another tackle, and a big hit by number 55 on the Morton defense. That is Lennon Contreras.
I counted 3 people. He just zoomed by.
Yeah, a little bit of a blindside hit as Kumskis didn't see him, but called clean, looked clean, just on the wrong side of Kumskis' eyes. As we have on the far side, Fernandez back in the game. Julian Diego takes a snap. He has Espino stopping. Gets Espino, and he gets right past the 50 for a first down. Bulldogs. That was a good ran route and a good look by Gutierrez. We saw that the whole way. Espino getting more involved in the second half, excuse me. As Luke Kumskis looks to be going out for what seems to be the first time today. Number 11, James Long, steps in the field. He's a first-time on varsity man. He's going to fill in as a tight end. Good friend of ours.
Here's that story with more juniors coming in now, getting that experience because of the score right now.
Yeah. As Salem gets a 8-yard gain, or maybe give him 9 there for a 2nd and 1. As another junior steps on the field, Nick Rivera, number 12. As Salem looks to be staying out in the backfield. Long also as tight end. Maybe a 2 tight end offense here. Or they're going to have Rivera in the slot, get a big body. He's going to run a speed out. They give it to Salem. Salem with so much field ahead of him. A nice run. If he didn't trip, he would have gone far. A flag is thrown. Might be unsportsmanlike as Shelby and Contreras look to be getting in it, going at it.
Only man stopping Salem seems to be himself as he trips on the grass. But there again, he goes for 10 yards about.
And it is an unsportsmanlike conduct called on Carter Shelby, I believe. Maybe it's not. Maybe it was 71, Mason Mislinski. Correct me if I'm wrong after that, but that will push this back as Bulldogs head back. It looks to be a replay. They give them the first for the gain, but they're going to push them back quite a bit as they look to be lined up at the 41-yard line of the Mustangs.
It's worth noting James Espino has his gloves are matching his cleats, both rainbow colored.
James Long gets back into the huddle, that junior making his debut today. We see Nick Rivera lined up in the same way they were before the flag. Salem in the backfield. Gutierrez takes a snap. He rolls out right, his favorite. Looks down the field. Finds, is that Espino? It is another big play from Espino. Gets down to the 26-yard line.
Great blocking by 70. Completely pancaked a guy that was rushing after Gutierrez as he rolled to the right.
And that's sophomore Damian Nieves. And it looks to be Bulldogs are not happy with this call again. We'll see what the call is.
Damian Nieves certainly does not look like a sophomore.
Ineligible receiver downfield as possibly a lineman got a little too far across the line of scrimmage. And they'll take them right back to where they started.
Morton players seem happy about that one, especially the secondary.
The third straight first down play from the Bulldogs here. Espino out wide again. Salem in the backfield. Same pattern here. We have Rivera and Long still out there. Julian Fernandez out wide. James Long lines up, which seems to be a slot or tight end position, as Nick Rivera does the same. Salem in the backfield with Gutierrez. He takes the snap, a high snap, keeps it. Read option, he's got plenty of field in front of him, and he cuts a big cut by Gutierrez. And he goes to the 20, 15, the 10, and he gets caught at the 6-yard line. A big play from Gutierrez, continuing his great game from today.
At this point, not sure if it's the reading on the defense or just the amazing playbook drawing by the coaches on the offense for RB, but this is maybe the 3rd or 4th time Gutierrez has snuck past the whole defense, rushing for big gains.
offense is still rolling, picking up right where they left off. 9:25 in the third quarter. Another short drive getting down into the red zone, makes it a 1st and goal here. Long subs out for Kumskis. Salem in the backfield still. They're going to give it to Salem, and he's caught. Nobody breaks the tackle, and he cuts in the middle. A diving touchdown from Mohammed Salem.
Dynamic player.
A great play. Uses his small, agile body to cut to the middle and cut into the end zone with a diving play. Good blocking from that strong O-line. Down one of their best players, Manny.
Mohammed Salem, one of those players whose name also shows up a lot in the RB weight room. It may not seem like it, but is records everywhere.
Neve Larson looking to go 5 for 5 on the day, and she does. A Morton player got pretty close to blocking that one, but stayed on his feet instead of the dive. Toma Tucker looks to be back on the field, looking a little bit uncomfortable, but a good sign that they can trust him back out there.
That's great news. He brings a lot of joy, a lot of comedy to the locker room. One of the funniest players for sure on the team.
Oh, easily. As the kickoff team, led by Espino. Is about to be led onto the field. They've had a pretty successful day besides the one return past the 50, as they've been pretty good at catching on to these kick receivers from the Morton Mustangs.
Mo showing he's him on the sidelines, giving quite a show.
Manny Rivera looks to be walking back on the sideline, a great sign. He's a big player to this offense. Talking over with Coach Miller here as Espino sets up his ball to be ready to kick off this drive for the Morton Mustangs. 9:08 in the third quarter, 35-0 game.
Absolutely absurd, and not to throw shade, but it seems that the RB medical staff is way more effective at doing their jobs than the Morton one is.
And that's thanks to a new hire trainer. Espino walks up, now runs up. The kick is away. Back to Nichols. Nichols going to take it up to the right. He's got space, finds a seam, gets through the seam, hurdles, drops the ball.
But fumbles.
Yeah, but recovers that around the 36-yard line. Had a lot of open field in front of him, but dropped the ball.
Flag is now thrown.
We'll see what we have here.
Referee's discussing that one right now.
Something on the Bulldogs. Personal foul is called, and that's going to bump this up. Looks to be 10 yards.
Personal foul's a big one.
Oh, 15 yards.
Yeah.
That is a big one. Bringing that ball into Bulldog territory. Not what you want to see. Looks similar to the return that Nichols had earlier in the game as he ended at the 51 as well.
We saw in the beginning of the first half, the discipline
49.
on Morton's side was a big problem when it came to flags. Hopefully, this is not a pattern for the Bulldogs.
A nice launch from the ref there. Shout out to him for that nice throw. As we have Jaleel Winfield in the lines up for quarterback. He has Jones next to him. He's going to take the snap. Gives it to Jones. Jones going to take it on the right side. Cuts up field. Gets about 6 on the carry. Pretty good run from Jeremiah Jones.
Yeah, Jeremiah Jones, Jaleel Winfield, and Eccles are some of the players I'd like to highlight for Morton. Devin Hall has not been particularly successful for this team, but those 3 players have. Absolute workhorses on defense and offense.
They've had a strong run game as they've shown plenty of run plays so far, as Winfield is back again at the quarterback position with Jones next to him and Nichols in front. He's got his go-to receivers, Barnes, Jones, and Torres out. He's going to give it to Jones. Jones cuts upfield, a nice cut. He's going to get past the first down marker and about to the 36-yard line. A good run from Jones, back-to-back solid runs.
The way Jones was able to shift his body there was quite impressive. He did that twice, all within maybe 5 yards.
Those are some strong ACLs on Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another flag is thrown. Another unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bulldogs. This is really getting to the Bulldogs at this point. This has cost them well over 30 yards here.
Yeah, we need some spirit for sure from the student section right now. Hopefully none of them have left, although I would not blame them considering the score is a whopping 35-0.
8:50 left in the third quarter. Winfield is back as the quarterback. Jones stays in. They put Nichols in motion. Snap to Winfield, given to Jones as he's going to get a nice around 5-yard gain.
6 yards. Huh.
2nd and 4 is the mark as Luke Kumskis checks into the game. Another big player on both sides of the ball for the Bulldogs as Eric Servin still yet to return with the concussion injury.
Hoping for the best there. Him and his medical team doing the best they can.
And Winfield it is. Staying in this drive, Jones on his right. He's got Nichols on his left with a stack on the right. No receivers to his left. He's going to take the snap, given to Jones again. Jones a powerhouse on this drive, but not on that play. Maybe a gain of 2. Tackle by, looks like number 13, Max Strong, Jr., who's been the guy that's played anything.
It's possible Devin Hall could still be recovering from that cramp he suffered earlier in the first half, maybe midway through the first half, as Jaleel Winfield is taking all the snaps right now.
Winfield's again with number 10, Mike Barnes, all the way out left, and Twan Jones in the slot, and he's just going to keep it this time. Tries to push to the first down. Do they give it to him? Yes, they do.
Winfield is one of those players where no matter how bad the play call is, he'll still probably gain at least a yard because of his size compared to everyone else.
Yeah, he is a unit at the cornerback position, standing at a 6'1", about 5'6" inches taller than the other quarterback on their team. He's going to take the snap, give it to Jones again, not a surprise. Jones tries pushing through, and they're going to give him a touchdown. But no, he fumbles. But recovered by Morton into the end zone, so they will get the touchdown, ending the shutout for the Bulldog defense.
Unfortunate, but still a long way to go for Morton to get back in this game. They still need 4 more scores to level it. And they're going for 2, it looks like, because they have nothing to lose.
I think it's the field goal.
Oh, that is the field goal. Apologies there.
As their kicker with his first attempt of the day. We'll see what he can bring to store here. He's had a pretty big boot on the kickoff so far today. And he's going to get that right through the uprights with plenty of room to work with. 35-7 is our score.
That was dangerously close, however, to being blocked. And another Morton player is down. How surprising.
Obviously wishing the best to the Morton players suffering from what seems to be plenty of cramps. Good shot here of Coach Styler. Clearly not satisfied with that last drive and all the flags that they took.
And that just shows the mentality here at RB. Even when you're when you're up 35-7, it is still not good enough. The defense getting the worst of it, getting all the flack from Styler.
We do see Eric Servin and Manny back into the huddle there, though. So it looks like Eric hopefully has not suffered a concussion, most likely out for the rest of the game is what it looks like as he remains with his helmet off. Toma Tucker did come back to the field as well.
That is great news.
Again, Coach Styler really getting his kick return team going here as they look to make their second return of the day after a kind of risky touchback that they took in the last drive, but did get to the end zone.
A little off topic, but pretty encouraging to see when going out of the booth for halftime, the freshmen participating and loving all of it. It's great to see them participating instead of being on their phones and acting like they're too cool for all of it.
A huge attendance from the freshman class. A couple of them working this game too. We have my little brother Gavin and Daniel on the cameras. As number 19, Anwar Simon, looking to have another good kick as Rotana and Espino are back to receive this one.
Watch out for Rotana. He could break a lot of tackles as he could just get under them because of his size.
Simon off to the kick, and it's off, and it looks to be Espino. He's going to fumble it here, but he's going to get it back up. He's going to cut to the middle, cut again. So a couple good cuts from Espino, but he's going to get caught after a little bit. Looks to be about the 17-yard line. Not what you wanted to see off of a scoring drive from the Mustangs for the Bulldogs, as number 8 on the Bulldogs, Jacob Buxa, seems to be down with a leg injury, but he's going to walk it off as the strong man he is.
Not much of a gain from Espino, but still a great recovery as he was able to pick up the ball and juke one player, shifting his body weight, dropping his shoulder. You love to see that. Never give up on the play is what they always teach you.
Never back down.
Never give up.
O-line and the offense takes field as Manny Rivera is still not back into the game. A notable player for the Bulldogs remains sidelined as the go-to receivers are out with Sean Rao in the backfield. Gutierrez takes the snap. He's going to give it to Rao. Rao tries to get up the middle, but is stuffed right there. Not much to go for. Maybe give him a yard. 2 yards. Sorry.
Sean Rao, the backup, currently maybe hoping to take that starting spot once Mo leaves and graduates. Mo's been playing so well, though. It looks hard that Sean will earn that this year.
Espino and Petrucci on the right. He's got Kumskis and Fernandez on the left. As he rolls out the pocket, Gutierrez looks for Espino, or for Petrucci. A man jumps on top of him. No flag. A surprising call, which looked to be a pass interference.
Very good placement, though. Went right into Petrucci's hands. Gutierrez is so comfortable with just rolling out. He went almost to the sidelines there. You can see the experience is definitely showing.
Yeah, a third-year varsity quarterback as he split time in his sophomore year, but really showed what he was capable of. As Espino and Petrucci get back to their go-tos with Kumskis and Fernandez on the left. Gutierrez back with Rao. He's going to take it back. Rao goes up to block. He looks to the middle to Kumskis, and it is completed.
Wow.
Luke Kumskis on a diving catch. A nice placement ball from Gutierrez, and that's going to take him to the 40-yard line and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Gutierrez really has everything for the making of a great quarterback. Precision, composure, speed, power, everything.
He's really showing it as he has put up a nice 5-touchdown game so far.
This stat line could be featured on Slowshay if he keeps this up.
I couldn't agree more. Espino Petrucci back on the right with Kumskis on the line and Fernandez out left. They put back Jacob Bertana. Oh, he's going to keep this one. A read option by Gutierrez, looking to get about 3 on the play.
Not a significant gain compared to the other yards he's gained running that same play, but still meaningful and driving the ball forward.
As shown here, a pulled away game from the Bulldogs, looking to add break 40s, as this is about what they had at the end of their game last year against Morton. Gutierrez takes a snap, gives it to Rotana. He's going to bounce to the outside, cuts to the middle, hurdles a tackle, gets tripped up a little, and he's going to get the first down.
Rotana is hyped, and he has every reason to be.
Yeah, Rotana's having himself a pretty good game for a first time on varsity. He's shown a lot of confidence out of the backfield. Espino's going to line out to the right. Petrucci, Kumskis, and Fernandez on the left. Gutierrez with Rotana still. As a little confusion, they're going to change up the play here. He's going to take the snap, hands it off to Ratana. Again, Ratana cuts up the middle. A big confidence play there, and he holds onto the football as 3 guys try to rip it from him.
Good blocking from 56 as well.
Yeah, and 72, which is, sorry, it was Mason Mislinski, or Carter Shelby, excuse me.
O-line has been amazing this game.
Gutierrez, oh, they look to have a different receiver out left as of now. Gutierrez and Ratana back in the backfield. He's going to look to throw a screen. No, looks it off. He's going to throw it deep to Kumskis.
Why not?
Kumskis going to come back to it, and he's going to catch it for a Bulldog touchdown. What a play by Gutierrez, and what a play to get back to the ball by Kumskis, breaking another tackle. And we have a 41-7 football game.
The confidence is at an all-time high. Gutierrez had no problem with throwing that ball downfield. Just the plays build up one after another. And when you're winning 35-7, you have that confidence to just do things even better.
A 46-yard touchdown for Kumskis, and he's having himself a game as well. Neve Larson looking to go 6 for 6 in her debut. And she does, right down the middle. As Petrucci was the holder this time, as Gutierrez may be taken off for the game.
It's getting hard to count on 2 hands the amount of players on RB, defense and offense, that have significantly added to their win today. Or incoming win. Knock on wood, but.
Knocking on wood. It's looking bright for the Bulldogs,
Yeah.
though, as they're going to get their kickoff unit back with James Espino. Other players like Jacob Godoy, James Long head out there, Sean Rao, Julian Fernandez. And this might be a time where you see backups head into the game. And we have another cramp on the sideline here, trying to see who this is. And it's Petrucci, as he stands back up, though. Seems to be getting through it. Helped out by big leader Mohamed Salem, or small guy, big leader.
Watch out for the backups, though, and we will make sure we name them all when they come onto the field.
If you told me that it was going to be 42-7 after the third, I might have believed you, but I thought we were going to have a close battle here, but really taken away as the Bulldogs.
And this just leaves a lot of questions for what the future holds this season. Last year, they won 35-28, and it was kind of a back-and-forth contest, and this year, there really is no contest. So I don't know if that's speaking volumes to RB or if Morton's just gotten way worse, but I like to think RB's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, they're definitely improving as Jeremiah Jones steps back there again. I am not seeing Nicole's out here this time, unless he has moved up here around the 33-yard line. They have a different setup for the kickoff, hopefully getting some new blockers out, as the kick is an onside kick with confidence, and flag blows the play dead, but Morton does recover it. Number 51, Martin Contreras, with the recovery.
But like I said, the confidence just builds. And it gets to the point where you're doing onside kicks because you know you can basically do anything at this point.
Yeah, this is a big learning point for the Bulldogs here, knowing what they can trust to do in their offense here. As the flag will move them back about 10 yards. Still option of the onside kick. I am doubting they bring it out for a second time in a row. But you never know with a lead like this.
Yeah, you know, the coaches could be trying out new plays that they haven't tried before. 42-7 gives you a lot of leeway.
But a failed onside kick would leave Morton with very, very good field position. So it's a high-risk, high-reward play here, as Espino's going to step back here to take his kick. The front line of Morton looking a lot more ready than they were before. And he's going to normally kick this one out to the left.
And this is a good kick.
It looks to be numbered.
Oh, big mistake.
I want to say 32, Mike Perez.
Actually,
or 22. That's Cameron Jones. He touches it as it goes out of bounds. A questionable play, which would have brought the ball up to the 40 without a touch.
He will get chewed out from his coach there, and he will not hear the end of that in the film session tomorrow.
As you can see, the last guy to get to the huddle, not ready for what he's about to be told.
There it is. Coach giving him a pat on the back.
Coach has had himself a long day, watching touchdown after touchdown go into his end zone.
Blood pressure spiking for sure.
Strong Bulldogs defense hops back out here. Looks to be our same guys, maybe some new faces out here. Armando Stegall looks to be lining up as linebacker. He's going to blitz here, and he's going to blitz him. Armando Stegall is going to get to the quarterback after it looks like he falls or loses the ball.
Execution is not there for Morton, unlike for RB, where every fake play seems to work flawlessly.
Yeah, Devin Hall seemed to stay out of this game. He has not returned. Number 1 looks to be taking play calls. Oh, maybe that is Devin Hall. And he, right on cue, Devin Hall walks right back into the huddle. He is looking to pull some sort of miracle together for these Morton Mustangs, as he has Jones to his right.
Maybe he should have stayed at the RB summer camp for longer than a week.
He looks out, finds number 1, but a big hit. That was number 1, Daniel Torres, met by Smithing with a big stop as he forces him out of bounds. Here's the replay there. Smithing with a big stop as Torres pushes for maybe 1 extra yard.
3rd and really long, 3rd and 9 for the Mustangs.
Most likely forced to run it or pass it here. He has Hall. Oh, but they're going to run it with a lot of faith in Jones. He's got a lot of space too, but he's might get the first. Will they give it to him? Let's check here.
That is very close.
If not, it might be a 4th and inches.
Jones is playing with the wrong Mustangs.
Yeah.
4th and 1.
4th and 1 is the call. Comes us back onto the D-line. Max Strong also in the linebacker core. Smithing on the right for our cornerback core, as I want to say Hall takes a snap again. He's going to try to run for the first, but he's met, but he breaks through. Gets a couple extra yards, a lot of extra yards on the push from the O-line, but he's going to keep going. Hall really showing his strength. He's going to push forward for about 12 extra yards with the help of his O-line there. 1st down and 10 at the 44-yard line of the Mustangs.
One of the first times the Morton sidelines are showing some life here.
A good overall play from the offense of Morton there, as Hall's going to stay into the game. He's got Twan Jones on the outside. Looks to be Torres next to him. And 22 Jones takes the handoff next to Hall, and he's not going to get much, maybe a gain of about 2. Leaves us with a 2nd and 8. Not many changes have been made to the Bulldog defense with a high lead like this. Armando Stegall stays back in the game at the linebacker position. And he's made a name for himself on his first play. Got up in there, got a sack. Loss of 6 for the Mustangs.
His parents are pretty happy right now, I bet.
And here is Hall with now behind him is Jones. And he's going to give it to Jones. No surprise here. Jones going to run to the outside. Gets about a gain of 4 or 5. Maybe 4.
Simple run, but I like to note the footwork of number 1. Nice little steps right there, even though ball did not come to him. That's the little things at this point.
That is Torres just getting some reps in at this point, as the Bulldogs have really pulled away in this game. But receivers got to show some life, even though I think they've thrown the ball under 10 times.
Maybe under 5.
Yeah. At this point, probably. We have Hall back on the field with Jones next to him. He's going to have Twan Jones out on the left alone. He's going to have Nichols with him. He's going to step out to throw. The throw is low, intended to
incomplete.
To number intended receiver was Mike Barnes. A very, very low throw as it hits the ground, bounces to Barnes. We have a third and 5, excuse me, or 4th and 5 is what it looks like.
And they're going for it. And that was a good play call. It just was not executed well once again by Devin Hall. Thrown way too low into the ground.
A wide open Barnes with space in front of him, but they could not complete the pass. It's shout out to the maintenance crew at RB giving us some AC for this year. And coaches at RB don't look happy, but Hall looks to break free. They may give him the first or stop it at inches.
Looks like he got it. Oh, coaches are pointing the other way, though. But that is RB just being hopeful.
They might got to bring out the chains for this one.
Oh, yeah. Defense is getting hyped. They're all pointing.
We'll wait for the ref here.
Morton looking more undecided than RB.
And they're going to give it to the Bulldogs. The
Amazing.
4th down stop gets the bench excited with plenty of energy. Coaches knew the offense were going to get back on the field as they're already in the huddle. Looks to have their starters back out there. Still no Manny Rivera, but they have been doing pretty good without him. They've got a couple of big rushes here. Isaac Oliveira is going to take the center position as he has the whole game. We'll see Jack Boyle out on the right with Petrucci to his left. And it looks to have James Long again and Julian Fernandez on the outside. Gutierrez, he's going to hand it off to number 25, Julian Espinoza.
Julian Espinoza, another junior. Has some nice looking cornrows. Very clean. Looking like Drake before he just got the new hairstyle. But yeah, nothing is going Morton's way right now.
That was Julian's first touch of the game. Brought it for about a 2-yard gain. As the snap goes to Gutierrez. Going to get back to Julian Espinoza. He's going to bounce out wide. Can't break the tackle. Maybe another gain of about 2.
Great job at falling forward there.
Using his reach, his short reach, but his reach to his advantage to get some extra yards. We'll see if they let the clock run here. I'm not sure if they'll have the time to. As Boyle waits out on the right side and Fernandez sits out left.
Looks like they do. Way ahead of the shot clock here.
As that will take us to the 4th quarter. 42-7 is our score through 3. And things are looking to heat up on the field as Dylan Cohen has some words as he walks off for the end of the 3rd quarter.
Another eventful quarter. 2 scores and up by 35.
The Bulldogs will change sides of the field. They've had a very successful game, as it has shown, on both the running and through the air side of the game. Gutierrez having himself a great season opener, as last year they ran the ball most of the time, but this time they're using both.
Yeah. At some point, the score just speaks for itself. Some coaches, when it's tight, they say to not look at the score and we played great no matter what, but when it's 42-7, something went right.
A lot of things have gone right for the Bulldogs. They have drawn offsides, the defense a lot. Besides our one drive on defense, they have been pretty good on keeping themselves out of the flags. They've had just a couple unsportsmanlike conducts, which cost them a touchdown. But other than that, they've been pretty clean on both sides of the ball, as the backfield, including Salem Ratana and a little bit of Sean Rao, has been very strong with receivers like Petrucci
and Kumskis and just so many names.
They are very, very strong on offense so far. Their defense as well. Jack Rivetti in that linebacker position with Max Strong racked up a couple good tackles. Manny Rivera was also on that D-line until the injury.
Even Ratana getting a shift in.
Jacob Ratana, we have our field side camera here. Gets a good shot as Gutierrez back on the field with Salem. He's going to have his top receivers out. They're going to run a Philly special here.
Trickery.
As Luke Kumskis with field, lots of field, breaks a tackle, breaks another, and he's down the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, he's in the end zone.
Remarkable, but what did you expect?
A great trick play as the ball was handed off to Salem. Dropped to Kumskis for a giant 49-yard rushing touchdown. A flag is thrown throughout the play involving an injury. You see the call here.
Kumskis completely bodied his teammate as he chest bumped him.
Yeah, that's Salem for you. The 5'3", 5'4" beast. And it's going to be on the Bulldogs. A holding call. That's going to bring back 49 yards and more, which will replay the third down.
That's a downer.
A very well-executed play from the Bulldogs, throwing in some trickery, which I thought might have been a throw from Kumskis over to Gutierrez, which I wouldn't have been shocked at this point. They've about shown it all. The injury was Petrucci, who was battling something on the sideline earlier in the game. He's going to walk it off the field looking pretty good as Coach Styler walks off with the trainer and Petrucci.
I'd have to agree with you. I would not have been shocked as well if Kumskis threw that ball. His arms are bigger than many people's thighs.
By a wide margin, shall I add. As James Long looks to get in the game to cover in for Petrucci. Same as number 12, Nick Rivera. He's going to step back to throw. No, he's going to step up in the pocket. And he has Tucker, but it's underthrown. Tucker was wide open for the first. That is the rare underthrow or bad throw by Diego Gutierrez. And it kind of looks like they're going to send one for fourth down here with a massive lead that they have.
Why not? I saw Toma the whole route. It was a great curl. Had maybe 10 yards of separation in every direction. Just an unfortunate throw there.
Looked like the punt team was heading out for a quick second. We'll see as what gets changed on the sideline. Gutierrez looks to be heading off the field. The punt team will be brought out as Toma battling a cramp. A common theme in these football games. 20 seconds into the fourth quarter.
RB overcoming adversity this whole week, as we all know, reached record temperatures Thursday and Wednesday. So instead of not practicing, they just went at 5:30 a.m. Total commitment from the Bulldogs. And I actually saw them out on the field after school as well once they were cleared to play. So they had 2 workouts that day. Just quite remarkable, and it's showing how well it paid off right here.
Out comes the punt team for one of the first times today. As the punter Espino, has his personal protector, David Valencia.
Could we see a fake?
And a high snap, no time for a fake, a little squib punt. A good squib punt, and it's going to just keep on rolling. A smart play by Espino. Going to bring it down to the Morton 16-yard line.
Even the football is on RB's side today.
Yeah. It has been a great day for football for the Bulldogs as people like Dr. Freitas, even our security guards, were pumping up this game with good reason. This has been a game to watch for the Bulldogs, putting up a whopping 42 points, and we aren't done yet.
And I've seen graduates come here in the student section. It's everyone.
Yeah, there have been graduates, transfers, all here for this game today. Transfers like Seamus, a.k.a. Kevin Cohane. He's popped out, Lake Forest Academy transfer. Big role in the student section.
There seems to be an understanding that this could be a special season, considering the schedule once again. Only 2 really hard games coming up. Not to throw shade.
Winfield steps out. He's going to throw it to Twan Jones. Twan's going to break a tackle. No, he does not. Brought down by number 10, Garrett Engshed, who's also had himself a good game, breaking up a couple passes.
Another great tackle by Garrett there. Very similar tackle way earlier in the first quarter. Shows he's been consistent this whole game.
And that is, I think, maybe the 3rd time he's been targeted. And it's been 2 for 3 for about maybe 5 yards, which has been a great game from Engshed so far. Winfield back as the quarterback. Jones on his left in the backfield. Maybe they're running some more throws.
Here
they're
they
going
are.
to find Twan again, and he's going to stay on his feet for a gain of about 6 or 7.
Looks like he fumbled that one, but was able to reel it in eventually.
Back
Bobbling
to
in his hands.
I think that's our first back-to-back throw from the Morton Mustangs as they remain with Winfield as the quarterback. Number 50, Anthony Esposito gets onto the field, takes off Armanzo Stegall, or Stegall gets back out there. Switching sides to the linebacker position. Winfield ready to take the snap, takes it. Another throw play is what it looks like. He's going to roll out, but he's going to be almost tackled and almost again, and he's going to break it, but he fumbles. Stegall causes a fumble, but there's going to be a holding on the offense that halted almost a big sack for the Bulldogs.
This is a great debut from Stable, as well as Jacob Bertana. These are two players that, with their first varsity game, they are making their name known among the coaches and the fans.
And it's, they're going to give this against the Bulldogs. We saw holding up in the booth, but I guess not. First down for the Mustangs after a big sack by the Bulldog linebacker core. All got to the quarterback, including Armanzo Stegall, and it may have been Gravetti. Winfield ready to take the snap, looking for maybe a third throw play, and he does. Another quick one out wide to number 10, Mike Barnes, but it is dropped.
Many absences from Devin Hall here just throughout this whole drive.
Yeah, Devin Hall, I think, might have called it a game as he has really started to struggle besides his run game, as Winfield has really shown to be the better passer out of the two. I think out of the 3 times Hall has thrown today, one was picked off by a diving pick by Meech Talley. It was a great play, but just not a great pass.
Yeah, it seems the coaches feel way more comfortable with Jaleel throwing the ball here.
As he stays out, he's going to take the snap. No,
here comes
no handoff. A nice block from the running back, and he's going to roll out. He's going to throw deep. He's got Twan Jones, but he overthrows him. Twan Jones with slight coverage on him by number 42, Luke Smithing, and number 4, James Espino. Or, sorry, number 4, Max Almeida. They were both on him there, but an almost good placed ball, right where he almost had Twan, and where Almeida and Smithing couldn't have gotten it, but Twan did not get there in time.
Good attempt by Winfield. That'd even be hard for a D1 college quarterback. So great pocket presence there, scrambling out on the run.
Yeah, scrambled out and made the throw. I'm surprised he did not take off for the run as he has most of the game, as he's going to stay here with Twan on his right. They're going to get a false start. Is that what I saw there? They barely got to the ball. Delay of game, that's what it was. On Morton. This is going to take it back, forcing most likely another pass play.
Delay of game is a lazy, careless penalty, and it's already happened twice to Morton.
I think it has been more because that first drive, I think they had multiple.
Oh, that's right.
I think maybe twice in the second half, maybe. Or since that. As same play call looks to be out there. Winfield's going to roll out. Looks to be a designed run, but no. Yes, it is. He's going to run out to the sideline, and he's going to get the first. But he fumbles. And it looks to be picked up by the Bulldogs.
Second turnover.
We are trying to see who has the ball, who comes out with it.
Well, Morton seems to be leading in some statistics.
It looks to be 28 Jack Gravetti. Or is it? Yeah, Jack Gravetti. Again, a huge player to this Bulldog defense with the pickup of the fumble. Looked to be a giant run for the Morton Mustangs, but capped off with a fumble.
Really, truly is a team effort. Football might be the biggest team sport on the planet, and everyone is, it's so many players, and they're all just working cohesively as a unit. 2 turnovers already. They're just such an impressive showing.
A lot of new faces. We have Godoy is what it looks like in the slot. Bobby Zobel out wide. The handoff is given to Sean Rao as he takes that hit like a champ with the gain of 5 yards. Some new faces out there. Jack Boyle makes his second appearance out here. Second drive in a row he's been out. Bobby Zobel out at receiver, number 81. Jacob Godoy has lined up in the slot. James Long, again, gone in for Kumskis as he's filled in quite nicely. Not targeted yet, but he has had a couple good blocks off the line. Zobel, former running back, switched out to an out wide receiver. Has looked pretty good so far.
Yeah, they call Zobel the Mantis because of his thin appearance, but I'm sure he's looking to prove himself tonight.
Gutierrez is in the game. Rao is in the backfield. He is looking to kill some clock, it seems. Gets the snap off. Hands off to Rao. Looks to be delay of game. Or false start on the offense.
Yeah, it's going to get called back.
5-yard penalty that will erase that run from Sean Rao. Take them right back to where they started.
Coach is not that angry because, after all, they are up by 35.
Yeah, kind of hard to be mad at this point. But does run more clock off. Gutierrez takes the snap out to Rao. Rao's going to break free. He's going to get a good gain of about 7. Took a pretty hard hit, holds onto the ball. A nice play from Rao right up the middle.
Yes, it's interesting to see if they'll put it on the ground more, trying to run the clock out, or if they'll try new passes just to experiment.
As you look across the field, you see the Morton student section and parent section has really cleared out here with a 35-point differential. Another half to Rao, but wow, he was stoned. Number 83 from Morton, that is Jeremiah Collins with a big play. But they're going to give a flag out here. Maybe unsportsmanlike, as I see some disciplining going on for the Morton side.
That's one of the highlights of the night for Morton. He will add that to his film for sure.
We'll see what the call is. False start on the offense. And they are going to accept this one, giving them another third down chance here. Or personal foul. Oh, that's going to bump them back about 15 is what it looks like. That's not what you want here.
This gives RB the chance to try something new.
Maybe they run that same handoff play again, the double handoff. It's looking like a 3rd and 20. Wow. A long game, but from what we've seen, nothing the Bulldogs can't get to.
With their luck, they could easily convert this.
We'll see how these younger receivers act with a big play on the line. 20 yards needed with Godoy, Zobel, Long, and Jack Boyle out. As maybe they change it up here. And they're going to punt this. This is a 3rd or 4th and 20. So they do lose the down after the talking with the refs. They're going to lose the down. They're going to give them 4th and 20, which is going to force the punt team out there, Espino and Valencia.
Valencia, a name that's come up a bit as well. Another impact player.
He played a pretty big role in the Morton game last year. Him and Novak led the backfield. A pretty good punt here from Espino. Fair caught at around the 49 of Morton's as he kind of drops the ball there.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
But Espino has definitely warmed into this game. His kicking has just gotten better as the game has went on.
And we'll see throughout the season if he stays the kicker or if Neve Larson decides to get involved with some contact. As the Bulldog defense heads back out there. Looks to be the same defense we've seen most of the game. Garrett Angshed out in the quarterback slot. And we do have Jesus Jimenez out there at the outside linebacker position.
A rare appearance.
A big name throughout our school, Jesus. He is switching position to a linebacker this year. Let's see what he can bring to the table here. Winfield stays back as the quarterback. He's got his known receivers out wide. He's going to hand it off to Jones. Jones is going to cut upfield, and he's going to be met by a tackle from number 21. That is John Super. With the tackle.
John Super, very big as well. Used to play basketball.
I believe he still does.
Maybe he still does. Multi-sport athlete. Many of these Bulldogs are multi-sport athletes, such as Max Strong and James Long and Jesus Jimenez.
Big volleyball stars there were named Field side camera gets a good shot of Garrett Angstad as they're going to hand it off to Jones. Jones tries to find a slot, kind of does, but he's met by number 8. That is Jacob Buxa with a big tackle. As Torres seems slow to get up, but looks to be fine. 3rd and 3 for the Mustangs. A surprising back-to-back run as their game through the air was kind of showing some light in the last drive.
Showing some promise, but back to the ground, which better for their fans because they just want to see this game end.
And that has been the story of the game. When will this game be over? 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. Winfield's going to take the snap, and he's going to chuck this one up to number 10, and he's going to bobble the ball. Mike Barnes almost had a big catch, and surprise, surprise, another injury for Morton.
Winfield might have just won the starting job for QB with that throw. That was incredible, and so sorry for Barnes, who's injured right now, but he should have come up with that.
He did not have much contest on that ball. He definitely was almost safe to say alone on that one, as no one broke that one up but himself. His hands, as he is down, which looked to be an ankle injury, maybe a calf, landed kind of weirdly, as we get a good shot of the legs of the coaches. And a good field side shot. We have Espinoza Godoy out there with Jack Boyle. And Anthony Esposito, we see, number 4. Max Almeida is out there. 12, Nick Rivera. Some new faces on this defense.
In no other sport do you see a 42-7 scoreline. Maybe cricket, but I don't know much about cricket.
I couldn't name one thing about cricket. Maybe rugby. There's a lot of stuff that happens in rugby. So, offense stays out there. Winfield looking to convert on the 4th and 3. Probably a run play, as they have been pretty good on the ground so far. And it is to Jones. Jones is going to get through. He's going to break a lot of space. And he's going to get up to the Bulldog 27-yard line. A good run by Jones. 15 yards on the 4th and 3. Safe to say they
one
got
of his
enough.
best runs.
Yeah. For sure, one of his best runs. He broke free. O-line with some good blocking there. Led him with a lot of space. I think he jumped over a tackle and then got met.
D-line might just let Morton have a touchdown out of sympathy at this point.
Honestly, I would not be surprised. Nichols on the right. Winfield in the backfield. Jones to his left. He called snap. He's going to run it himself. Almost tackled by his own player. Stays on his feet. But he's going to be met by James Long. And that is, I think, I can't name it, 6, Armanzo Stego. Sorry, I could not read the number there.
As we approach the final 5 minutes, it's going to come down to a war of attrition. Both teams are tired, but it's all about conditioning and preparation that led up to this.
As we saw on our time out on the field with the Bulldogs, they were very well in condition, very well. They were a very fast-paced team. Wasted no time in that practice. As Winfield stays on the field. Hall has not been seen in a while. He's going to fire to what looks to be number 10, Barnes, and it's caught, maybe for a gain about 3.
That throw left a lot to be desired. Wide receiver kind of had to backpedal there to catch that, but at least it was a completion.
Excuse me, that was Anwar Simon, the kicker, who has also been listed as a wide receiver for this team. He came up with a catch for about 3 yards. Yeah.
Completions are scarce for this Morton team these days.
Here we go. Winfield with 2 receivers on his right, none on the left, and
both teams are
maybe
confused. Don't know who it's on.
looks like an offsides. A Bulldog player looks to maybe have fallen forward. Number 54, Avery Siemplinsky. It's a tongue twister of a last name, but he was caught offsides. As 50, Anthony Esposito scrambling around. He's going to hand it off to Jones. Jones breaks a tackle, but he's brought down right after it for a gain of about 4. And there goes Esposito.
Here he comes.
Subbing out for 66, which is Max Montalvo. It's another tongue twister.
Esposito just came barreling down into the sideline there. It's great to see him run like that.
Yeah, it's not something you see often from those big guys.
Yeah.
First and goal, or second and goal, or they do give him first and goal for the Mustangs. They're going to run it, designed to run to the quarterback, as they're going to try to push to the end zone. Who wins this battle? Who do they give it to?
Oh,
They...
referee not raising his arms.
No arms raised. They're going to stop him at what looks to be the 1-yard line. A good play by the Bulldog defense. The younger guys are in, showing potential for the next year team. Or maybe later in the season.
Next play will most likely be a QB sneak.
Or a run to Jones, who has been a big red zone target. QB sneak, it is a
Yeah.
good call out by Liam there. He's going to get in the end zone. Zero energy from Morton. They just acted like they just punted the ball. But
Not much to be excited about.
as the student section chants scoreboard, because it is 42-13.
At least Winfield leaves with the consolation prize of a QB sneak touchdown.
I would say for sure Winfield has beat out Hall for this game. What kind of surprised us, we had Hall starting as the quarterback for this whole game, but he kind of got met there, and a
And
blocked
that's
kick.
blocked.
And what else could go worse for Morton but a blocked kick? Who got the block on that?
Team effort. Who knows?
It looked like everyone got the block, honestly.
A lot of high fives now for the defense.
Yeah,
No special teams, rather.
notable players in there: Jesus Jimenez, Avery Siemplinski, however you say that, and other juniors. James Long had the younger guys out there, and Max Montalvo was stayed out there. Petrucci still battling this cramp as he steps on the, I don't even know what you'd call that thing, something for a foot.
3 minutes, 33 seconds. Esposito's favorite time, as his number is 3. 42-13 to score.
Yeah. 3:33 left in the fourth. A 42-13 game. Lots of threes on the scoreboard. Timeouts remaining, 3-3. The Bulldogs look for a strong return as they haven't been the best so far.
Probably one of the bigger blowouts in the world of high school football in Illinois tonight. We will see if RB is featured on Slow Shea.
Fingers crossed they are. Max Almeida it is, and Jacob Bertana go back to receive the kick again as the kickoff team remains the same. Jack Boyle stands on the 30. Same thing with Julian Fernandez. And Anwar Simon looks to punt this one away. Or kick this one away, sorry. This one looks to be Almeida's, and he catches it this time. Good play by Almeida, and he's going to break a tackle and then gets brought down by 2 Morton players with a pretty decent return, bringing it past the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he shrugged off one guy before getting tackled.
We have a almost brand new O-line, it looks like, for the Bulldogs, as we see Avery Siemplinski stay out there. And Esposito stays out there. Anthony Esposito, James Long back out there. The younger squad stays out there. We have Jacob Godoy returning to the field. Damian Nievas looked to be dancing out of the field there. The youngest guy on the field as of now, with Espinoza in the backfield.
And if they're dancing now, wait till in the locker room after the game.
Espinoza met just past the line of scrimmage. He has been struggling to get something started for himself so far. Gives him about a gain of 3.
They call him Juju.
That's the name, been the name since freshman year. Juju Espinoza, who has been known to be putting on a couple pounds this offseason.
Yes, as a gym private, that is very popular.
Yeah. Notable gym privates is Jesus Jimenez again.
Yes.
Espinoza. James Long out left with number 20. That is a Juan Hernandez. That's a new face on the field so far. Gutierrez with Espinoza in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to him and looking to get something started for himself. He's going to break free for about a gain of 4.
Good way to run out the clock. Juan Hernandez, however, switching sports as he played soccer the 2 previous years before this. So trying something new in his senior year. Good for him.
Little fun fact there from the soccer captain, Liam Hickey here.
Yes.
As we have a 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3 from the 41-yard line for the Bulldogs. Same guys remain on the field, showing some trust in their younger guys. And Juan Hernandez, first-year player.
Camera crew deciding to flex the scoreboard there briefly.
As they have a lot of the game. As we get past 2 minutes here, 3rd and 3, it remains, 3rd and 2, excuse me. The handoff to Espinoza again. He's going to break free, and he gets ankle bit by number 1. That's Torres. He has been a notable player from Morton. But that breaks for a first down for the Bulldogs. A nice run from Espinoza. Gets him right around the 50. We'll see if they just stick to the run game, which I am guessing they do to run this clock out. Get everyone home as traffic has seemed to heat it up.
Yes.
At the RB parking lot, and the Morton stands just keep clearing out. Maybe a little QB kneel is what I'm seeing here.
Victory formation, possibly.
And actually, I think they lined up incorrectly. That's why they're calling a timeout here. Some of the newer guys may not know the QB kneel formation, which you would think would be the easiest one, but maybe it's not.
It's a new O-line. They're still working out the kinks.
They got to gain some trust for their next year team. But looking forward to this year, next week, Hinsdale South, a new opponent for Riverside Brookfield as they change conference and
yes,
see a lot of new faces.
Probably farther traveling as well. More going out to the cornfields of Illinois.
Which, that's where the football gets good. So they will face most definitely some harder competition than Morton this year, with teams notable like Crete Monet, Kankakee. They've all been pretty solid football teams, and they are not going to run it. A little fake handoff as he just takes it back to kneel the ball. It'll lose about 6 yards, but selfless play by Gutierrez. Does not care about the yards on his game.
His stat line will still impress no matter how many yards he loses in this victory formation. Start the buses is what you're beginning to hear from the student section at RB. Less than a minute left. Time winding down.
Looking for one of the last QB kneels of the game, and it looks like they might run this to a delay of game. But they don't. They're going to get it past the 45, and that should wrap up our game. No, we're going to have one more play. Another selfless play instead of just straight. No, that is going to wrap up the game.
There it is.
Here we go, Bulldogs with a 42-13 win to start off the season. The sideline is hyped. The student section is hyped. The Palms team, the cheers team, everyone is hyped for the Bulldogs besides the Mustangs.
And they're fraction of a student section that hails in comparison to the massive RB fans.
And again, a couple notable players for the Bulldogs. Diego Gutierrez, obviously, he shined throughout the game. Luke Kumskis with some big plays, some big blocks as well. Jacob Bertana, he went in for Salem a little bit, but then when Salem was in, he was a force to reckon with.
I agree.
He was some hard little guy to get down. You could not take him down by yourself.
Who was your MVP of the game, Liam?
My MVP, a little quarterback biased here, but he had an amazing game. Diego Gutierrez, I think, honestly, really deserves that MVP. He stayed in that whole game, shown to be that selfless leader that he was at the end, taking -6-yard kneels.
All right, and that will wrap up a Hollywood start for the Bulldogs, winning 42-13 and showing the fans why this is going to be a special season. I'm Liam Hickey.
And I'm Liam Cohen.
And this is RBTV Sports. Thank you and see you next time.